guys, it's Sim, and today I'm going to be doing a tier ranking of the characters from Bridgerton. Oh, I'm so happy I've decided to do this because I've realised when I finished reacting to Bridgerton, there was just some more stuff that I just wanted to say about the characters and the storylines and stuff, and I thought what better way than to do a tier ranking of all the characters. I say all the characters, all the main ones. There's some that just aren't on here just because the tier list that I found, it didn't have them, plus I didn't know how to add to that. So before I start this video, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. All my social media links be in the description below if you want to follow me on any of those. I will be reacting to Pitch Perfect after this video comes out, so if that's your thing, then make sure you subscribe to see that video. I did see someone else did this video. I think the channel's called That Fiction Life. I just think it's a cool way to kind of round off the series because I knew that as soon as I reacted to episode 8, I didn't want the series to be over. It's going to be more of a talky video. I don't know how long it's going to be, but we'll just see. We'll just figure it out. I've got 2 oranges, as usual. Sorry, not oranges, Satsumas. It's funny because I've written notes about what I'm going to say about each character, and it's come to like 1,500 words, and that took me like 2 hours, where my film essay that I did for college, it took me like 5 months to do it in total. Right, so I've got the tier list here. I've got 5 sections. I was thinking about 6, but I was like, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep it at 5 at the moment, and I could make another tier during. So the bottom, I've got shit on the bottom of a horse's hoof. So these are the people that really just don't belong. There's only a couple of people like that, and it's pretty obvious who that is, to be honest. Actually no, there would be 2, but the other person's not on the list. Then we have They Need Some Help. Not great characters. They seriously need some help, to be honest. I don't really know how else to name that section, but they're kind of just not that great. And then the middle section is We Like Them but Kind of Vanilla. So they're okay, we like them, they're good characters, but there's not enough like texture to them yet. Still kind of a little bit vanilla until future seasons if they appear. Second to the top is Yes, Great, Fantastic. So they're just great, good characters, but not enough to be on that top tier. And the top tier is Chef's Kiss with a cherry on top. So, you know, best ones, God tier, you know, just great characters. This is just like my opinion on the characters and where they're supposed to be in the ranking, so it could be controversial, but
that's my opinion!
So I'm going to start off with the other characters, then Featheringtons, then the Bridgertons. But I'm going to put Simon with the Bridgerton family because he's not an other character, really. Right, so the first one is Nigel, and I know exactly where I'm going to put him. Shit on the bottom of a horse's hoof, you go. I can't even with this character. I was so happy that he left at the end of episode 2, because I think he just belongs in like a ditch. Okay, it's kind of like an overreaction, but like, you know what I mean? He's just a creepy middle-aged man who wanted what he couldn't get and acted like a spoiled brat because of it. So I was definitely happy that he left straight away. Next we have Rose, who is the maid to Daphne.
They've got you trapped, Rose.
I don't really have much to say about her. Obviously, she's not really one of the main characters, but she was on the list, so I do really like her friendship with Daphne. I do think she kind of became the person who would give her advice and information about like sex and like other things that her mother and Simon just wouldn't give her. And she's always like getting in with the gossip and stuff when she's like talking to Daphne. So I like her, but I think I'm going to put in the We Like Them but Kind of Vanilla. I can't even say vanilla. Next we have Cressida, and she was kind of just really kind of scheming, conniving, and she knew what she had to do to be high up in society, and she kind of just didn't care how she did that. And I definitely think she kind of felt threatened by Daphne, so she did all she could to kind of ruin that for her, but it didn't really work in the end. Daphne got married to Simon, and she couldn't get the prince, so even after fainting in front of him. So I'm gonna put her in They Need Some Help. Although, to be honest, even though she's kind of a bitch, we all like those bitchy characters because they just kind of spice things up a bit, you know, a little bit of spice.
Let me add a little bit of spice.
Okay, next we have Madame Delacroix, the French. What's her profession? What'd she do? Oh, she was a modiste. Okay. I definitely think she was quite an interesting character because she faked her French accent and actually has like a Cockney accent, which I love, because I'm guessing she wouldn't be this high-end modiste for the elites if she just started saying like, "You're right, love," and like, "Bloody hell."
Like, Michael cheated on me when he was in a beef hut.
I definitely think her and Benedict's relationship is quite cute in a way, and it works because they're both not afraid to kind of step outside the paths that like society has set them, obviously because Bridgerton being high end and like first class and her being kind of middle class, they're both not afraid to kind of step out their lanes. I mean, obviously they met at a sex party, so I think their relationship just works. So I'm going to... do I put her in we like them but kind of vanilla, or yes, great, fantastic? For now, we like them but... No, actually no, yes, great, fantastic. I loved her character. Okay, next we have Will. I actually really liked his character. I like the boxing scenes because it kind of just made things a bit more exciting. Because a lot of time with period dramas, it can be kind of slow because there's kind of a lot of sitting around and like, oh yes. So I think the boxing scenes kind of like, you know, made things a little bit more dramatic, and I like that. Even though him and Simon argue quite a lot, I definitely think there was a strong friendship between them, which I liked. And I love the way he loves his wife, because obviously a lot of marriages in this time, it was just for title and there wasn't really a lot of love in the relationship most of the time. But he genuinely loved his wife, and I love it. And it was great because there weren't many relationships like that on the show. So I am going to put... He might have been screwed over at the end because he got in that deal with Lord Featherington, and we know how that ended. I really hope we see him in season 2, and I think we will, because obviously season 2 is Anthony. I think I am going to put him... I'm going to put... Okay, for now... We like them but kind of vanilla. Oh, now we have an absolute queen, Lady Danbury. Oh my god, what an iconic character. She's like your fun, wise aunt, you know? She hosts like the best parties, like we saw when she hosted that poker and drinking night with, it was just all the women, which looked a lot more exciting than the men's sitting around drinking whiskey talking about money. I know which one I'd want to be at. I love the fact that she helped raise Simon and basically taught him how to talk and stand up to his father, and basically just made him into like the man he is, because his father wouldn't, because he is a prick. Oh! I'll talk about his father. He's not on the list, but I'd definitely put him in with Nigel. So, Lady Danbury, I'm going to put you at chef's kiss with a cherry, oh my god, cherry on top. Oh, now we have the Prince of Prussia, and I feel so bad for him. All he wanted was a wife, and he loved Daphne and was going to propose to him, but she went off and made out with Simon in the gardens and then got engaged to him without telling him. So, proper snake move, by the way. Oh god, proper. But, you know, we move. He's a lot different than what I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be kind of like Prince Hans from Frozen. So nice at first, but then kind of a dick after, you know? But he wasn't like that, and I'm sad he was only in 3 episodes, but it kind of makes sense. So I'm going to put him in yes, great, fantastic. Next we have Queen Charlotte, and again, I feel so bad for her. I love her character though. She's such like a strong, powerful character, and she definitely knows her place in the ranking of society. Like, she knows she's queen. I love how sassy she is. But I do feel for her because obviously her husband has dementia. Obviously when she originally said no to Daphne and Simon getting married, Simon said that massive speech about how he loves her and stuff, and she kind of accepted it because she saw the love that they had for each other, and she kind of just remembered how she used to have that with her husband when she first got married to him before he got dementia. And I was reading up about like the history of that, and apparently he was ill for the last like decade of his life or something. So the Queen and their son kind of had to like take over and be like the face of the country. I don't think, I was going to say chef's kiss. No, I think I'm going to put yes, great, fantastic. Again, I could do some rearranging at the end, but here you are for now. Next we have Sienna, and I love her character so much. She's such like a strong, powerful character. Okay, I've already said that, what I was going to say. She clearly loves Anthony, but she sees that if she committed to a relationship with him, she would get sucked into whatever's going inside his head, which isn't great. Like we saw in the first episode, he full on binned her off, and she was like, what do I do now? And he was like, you must leave. bitch. And then he came crawling back, and then she was like, no, I will not go out with you, blah, 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 and then left. Then she came back, had sex. But I do feel really bad for him because he turned up in the last episode with flowers, but she is with her new boyfriends and was like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be with you. You've messed with me so many times and I don't want that to happen to me anymore. So no, I definitely think that was a good idea because she knows that if she's with him, it won't turn out great. I do love her characters, so I think it's chef's kiss worthy. I'm going to put her at the top. Next we have a controversial one, Marina. Where do I put you? My feelings have definitely gone up and down for her as the series have gone on. I definitely felt for her because she was pregnant and not married, so she had to do what she had to do to be looked after and find a husband and not live on the streets, basically. I think the sad thing is, though, Colin even said, like, if you came and told me about your circumstances in the first place, I would have took you in and loved you anyway. And I just think that's so sad. So yeah, I definitely felt for her, but at the same time I didn't, because she was going to marry him without telling him she's pregnant. And then when she was going to tell him she was pregnant, she was going to be like, you're the father. And I don't know if she was going to do this, but it kind of seemed like she was just going to let Colin believe for the rest of his life that he was the father of her child, which isn't really the best thing to do, is it? I really do hope we see her again, even though she has gone off to marry... Is it Philip? Yeah, George's brother. But yeah, she's definitely a controversial character in the comments. And for that reason, I'm going to put her... They need some help. Oh, she does need help. But I don't think she's at the same level as Cressida. But she's not vanilla as well. Okay, I'm going to put her with vanilla. Even though she's not vanilla, I'm going to put her in vanilla. Because even though she needs help, she's not on the same level of trashiness as Cressida. Okay, next we have Prudence and Philippa. And I'm putting them together because they're kind of at the same level. Philippa, we saw a little bit more story than Prudence. I do love the scenes with them though, because they always just look so bored and they don't want to be there. Pretty much every scene, they're just slouched on the sofa like, oh, or in the balls, they're still on the side like, oh, I don't want to be here, instead of mingling to get married and stuff. But I don't like the way that they treat Penelope. Like in the first episodes when they were like, oh yeah, you're 2 stone heavier than you should be and blah blah blah. I was like, okay, bit bitchy. But I do think they do care for Penelope. Oh my god, one of my favourite relationships on the show has to be Philippa and... what's his name? What was his name? Philippa and Albion Finch. Oh my god! They're honestly the cutest couple. They connected over cheese. Like, I just love that. I just love everything about their relationship. I think I'm going to put them in the middle category. I think I might have to change the middle category because a lot of these characters aren't vanilla. They're just middle category, you know? So I don't know if I can put... we like them, or kind of vanilla. I'm gonna put an or instead of but. Okay, now we have Penelope, and she is such a bad bitch. I actually love her so much. I did realise she was Lady Whistledown by the end of episode 6 because in my head it was just kind of obvious. And the thing is, it's so scandalous because she basically just dobbed in her own family when she exposed the whole Marina situation. She was kind of stood back like looking at Alyson like, oh no, like no one likes our family anymore, when she was the one who kind of dobbed them in. But obviously she did that because she was jealous of Marina and Colin, which kind of was a good thing because Colin then realised that he's not getting married for the right reason. I do love her and Eloise's friendship. I think it's so cute. It was so heartbreaking when they fell out when they're at the side of the Featherington house. But what was even more heartbreaking was when at the end of episode 6 when she was like had a full-on breakdown. Oh my god, I nearly started crying. So I think this could be controversial. Because some people do see her as kind of just a bit whiny. But for now, I'm going to put her at chef's kiss. Now we have Lord Featherington. Ugh. See, him and Portia are kind of just on the same level of like, ugh, he definitely didn't deserve to die. Like, that was so sad when Portia found out and had that breakdown. He kind of just got swept away in the whole gambling world and stuff. I mean, it was his own fault for getting involved with those 2 guys that poisoned him. I just think they needed some therapy. Obviously, some other people need some therapy in the show. They obviously didn't marry for love. It was just for title or whatever. But I do think they kind of grew to kind of, maybe not love, appreciate and care for each other. If she didn't care for him, she wouldn't have cried that much about him. Oh my god, that was a weird way of saying that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, he kind of just didn't really care for his family that much. He spent all of the money and basically just sat down reading a newspaper, smoking cigars all day. So I'm just going to put him in They Need Some Help. And talking about They Need Some Help, next we have Portia Featherington. I don't know. I grew to like her, but then didn't at the same time. It's kind of sad because you can kind of see that she prefers Prudence and Philippa more than Penelope. And I just get like Cinderella vibes. Like I've said this before, I just get Cinderella vibes with like the mum and the two stepdaughters, you know, and Penelope Cinderella. Like she clearly cares a lot about her daughters, but at the same time, it kind of just seems like she cares a lot more about her public image and what she looks like to everyone else in society. Because obviously her family are new money and not old money, so people kind of just look down at them for that anyway. And the dress sense... the dress, to be fair, good for them for being colourful and stuff, but they stand out so much compared to the rest of society. Like in the last episode when it was Simon and Daphne's ball, everyone else is in like light blues, whites, blacks, and they just come in like oranges, yellows, massive bright like colours. But to sum that all up, I think I'm going to put her in They Need Some Help, because they do, they need help. Okay, next we have Violet Bridgerton. Loved her character. You can see she's missing her late husband a lot, but I feel like she kind of seems a bit vanilla at times. And that's kind of mean actually, not vanilla, just I don't know. The only time we saw a bit of personality with her was when she was either having a crying moment one-to-one with Daphne, or in the first episode when she was shouting at Anthony, like, are you the man of the house? Or blah, blah, blah. Like, I really do hope we see a lot more of her in season 2 with Anthony's storylines. Or some flashbacks or something. Like, there's definitely a lot we don't know about her yet. I do love her bond with the rest of the family, though. I think it's really cute when they're all sat around the dinner table, and obviously they've had to kind of like join together because of the dad's death, but I do love how she loves her children. But she should have just told a lot more about sex and everything with Daphne, because she knew nothing. Like, I know it's Simon and Violet's fault for not telling her about stuff, but you know. So I think either the middle one or yes, great and fantastic. Okay, this could be controversial, but I'm gonna put her in We Like Them. Yeah, not the vanilla part. Next we have Francesca, Gregory and Hyacinth, and Francesca's not even on this list. She was only in the last episode, so I don't really have much to say about her, to be honest. And with Gregory and Hyacinth, they're the youngest of the Bridgerton clan. Their storylines haven't come up yet. The only scenes of them were kind of just them fighting or like running about the house or something. I did relate to Hyacinth though when she was like trying to get all the drama and like gossip off her other siblings and stuff, so I do like that. I do really like their relationship with Simon, like that scene when they were bonding with him. I thought that was really cute. Okay, I think I'm going to put them in the middle category. The middle category is looking very large at the moment, but the last 6 characters will change that. Okay, next we have Eloise, and I love her character so much. She's not like the other girls in this time period. I'm not like other girls. She's not afraid to think outside of the social norm of this time. I think she's definitely ahead of her time, and even though her and Daphne are close, they're very different. Daphne wants a husband and wants a family, whereas Eloise wants to focus on her education and being smart and not just be someone's wife, which I love. I do love her relationship with Benedict. I think their sibling bond is just too cute. Like that smoking scene, I thought was great. I think I'm gonna put her in, I'm gonna put her in Chef's Kiss with a cherry on top. I think she deserves it. Okay, next we have Simon. He's such a complicated character, but I love seeing how he grows over the series. As a kid he couldn't speak, but then proved his dad wrong and kind of stayed strong when his dad disowned him. But you know, we all know how that backfired in the end. It was really interesting to watch because you could clearly see he loved Daphne a lot and wanted a family with her, but he just couldn't get the betrayal and thought of his dad out of his head. So up until the last episode, he was fully against getting married and having kids, but obviously he did get married in the end. I think it kind of just took over his life until he realised that he kind of just had to let it go and make Daphne happy and have a family with her, which he did want in the end. His relationship with Daphne was definitely dramatic and scandalous. And it's funny how the whole first main story arc of the series was, we're going to fake a relationship and make everyone think think they were in love. But then by the end of episode 2, they were actually falling in love. So they just needed therapy. Oh my god. If they just spoke to each other, a lot of things would have been avoided. But they worked it out in the end. It was all good. They had a child and they're very happy now. I think I'm going to... Okay, him and Daphne, I have no idea where to put them. But I think for now, I'm going to put him in Yes, Great, Fantastic. Actually, no. Chef's Kiss. No, actually, no, because he wasn't perfect, was he? Okay, I'm going to put him in Yes, Great, Fantastic. Next, we have Daphne, which... Controversial, very controversial. I definitely think she's a great character, but I definitely saw a different side to her after that sex scene. Yes, Simon should have told her about what happens during sex and how you get pregnant and blah blah blah, but she could have dealt with it in a different way, a completely different way. She could have been like, yes, I know what happens at the end of sex is the reason I'm not pregnant. Instead, she forced him to, you know, inside of her, which isn't really the best thing to do. And she clearly wasn't thinking about what she was really doing when she was doing it. I've seen a lot of comments about this situation on the video that it happened in. If you pull that to the side though, I do really like how she was on Marina's side and did get in contact with the general so Marina could hear from George. And I do think she was really nice to the villagers, even though she stopped them from having food because she was like, all pigs win. She was really nice to that pregnant lady. So where to put her is the big question. I don't know whether to put her in We Like Them or Yes, Great and Fantastic. There needs to be an in-between. Okay, no, I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to name this row Daphne. Or should I put capitals? When Eloise is like, Daphne! I'm just going to put her in here because she doesn't deserve to be on that level with everyone else, but she doesn't deserve to be in Yes, Great and Fantastic. Okay, this is just my opinion, so please don't come for me if you don't like any of these. Okay, now we have the last three Bridgerton brothers. The iconic threesome. God. Okay, next we have Colin, and oh my god, I'm gonna put him straight away in Chef's Kiss with the chair on top because I love him so much. He is so sweet. I love that he's just like, no, I can get married because everyone else is like, oh, you're the youngest brother, you know you can't do that yet. But he's like, I'm gonna run away and get married with Marina. And I just feel so bad for him because he really did love her. But it did work out well for him in the end because he is going to travel in Greece. Is it Greece or just abroad? I don't know where, but somewhere. Which, isn't the best for Penelope. But she hasn't told him that she loves him, so I really hope we see him quite a lot in season 2. Next we have Benedict, and I actually love Benedict. Like I said before, I definitely think he has one of the strongest sibling bonds with Eloise in the Bridgerton clan. I definitely think they can relate on a lot of levels because they're kind of like different and like the outcasts of the family. He's really passionate about art and met that art guy who was having, I still don't know his name. Like, what is his name? He was having an affair with another guy, which is scandalous for this time, you know? I definitely think we're going to see more of Benedict exploring that kind of new world to him in the future. Because it was definitely hinting at maybe he's like bi or whatever. Just because they kind of hinted at it, and he wasn't disgusted when he was learning about this whole world that he just didn't really know about. So yeah, I think I'm going to put him... Do I put him in the top or do I put Yes, Great, Fantastic? Okay, I'm going to put him in Chef's Kiss. Like I said before when I was talking about Madame Delacroix, his relationship with her just works. I like them two together. I think they're really good. Okay, lastly we have Anthony, and he's such a troubled soul. I loved his relationship with Sienna because it's kind of rebellious, you know, because she's a lower class to him. I definitely think it took Sienna to leave the first time to realise that he did truly care for her, but obviously we know how that turned out. I don't like how controlling he was towards Daphne in the first half of the series. Like, obviously he cares for her, but it was just too controlling. Like, he tried so hard to marry her off to Nigel when he was just a prick. And it took him so long to realise that he's not really the best. I can't wait for his season, next season though. I really want to see some like flashbacks to his childhood and with his dad and stuff, because I definitely think the reason why he is like he is because of just a lot of like trauma. I think he's just very troubled, and I think he just needs some therapy like a lot of other people in this show. So even though he was very controlling in the first half and does need a bit of help, I do think he's a really interesting character to watch. So I think I'm going to put in yes, great and fantastic. Final look over. Am I going to change anything about this? Okay, I might put Violet up to the Daphne category because even though she's not Daphne, I don't think she deserves to be on the same level as the rest of them. I'm going to put her there. Okay, you know what? I actually think how this tier's turned out actually looks pretty decent. Where I've placed them could be a bit controversial, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. Thank you guys for watching me react to this series. I'm glad I've done this to kind of round off the series because I knew I didn't want it to end when I reacted to the last episodes. Thank you for all the love and support on the videos. It does mean a lot. I've gained quite a few subscribers and views from doing this series. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. When season 2 does come out, I will be reacting to that, which hopefully it comes out later this year. I think they're starting production in April, so I might not be this year, maybe early next year, but hopefully Christmas this year it comes out. All my social media links will be in the description below if you want to follow me in any of those, and I will see you in the Pitch Perfect reaction, which I am so excited for. I love that film so much. Oh my god, my oranges, I forgot to eat them. Oh well, I'll just eat them now.